In a world racing toward sustainable innovation, a new story has emerged from the heart of Africa, one that challenges everything we thought we knew about electric mobility and renewable energy. As reports began circulating online, a single phrase started to dominate discussions across social media and global tech forums: verified footage. Africa's self-powered EV drove 1,000 miles without charging. At first, many dismissed it as another viral exaggeration, the kind of headline crafted to spark curiosity and disbelief. But as more clips surfaced, allegedly showing a sleek, unfamiliar electric vehicle gliding effortlessly through the vast landscapes of Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria without once plugging into a charging station, the world began to wonder, could this really be possible? The claim seemed extraordinary, a car that defies the most fundamental limitation of modern electric vehicles, the battery. For decades, engineers and scientists have battled to overcome the twin challenges of energy storage and charging infrastructure, yet here was a story suggesting that somewhere in Africa, a breakthrough had occurred that could render those problems obsolete. Viewers who saw the footage described a quiet hum, a futuristic design, and most intriguingly, an array of unknown components integrated along the vehicle's frame. Analysts from global EV firms started to dissect every frame of the supposed video, searching for clues about its power source, its structure, and the technology that made it possible. Some believed it was a hybrid solar-hydrogen system, while others speculated about a new kinetic regeneration model capable of sustaining continuous energy loops. Still, skepticism remained. International energy experts questioned the authenticity of the footage, noting that no known public EV prototype had achieved anything close to that range without recharging. Yet others pointed to Africa's quietly growing tech revolution, a wave of innovation often overlooked by mainstream Western media. In the past decade, African engineers have produced advances in green tech, renewable batteries, and low-cost energy storage solutions that rival projects from Silicon Valley and Europe. Could this self-powered EV be the result of a local collaboration between independent innovators and research institutions? If so, it would mark one of the most significant milestones in automotive history. The idea of a vehicle capable of perpetual motion, or at least self-sustained energy recycling, has fascinated inventors since the dawn of the industrial age. But physics has always stood as the final barrier. According to current scientific principles, no machine can operate indefinitely without external energy input. Yet if Africa's experimental EV had somehow cracked the code of ultra-efficient conversion, it could signal not just an engineering triumph but an energy paradigm shift. In the days following the footage's release, journalists began tracing its origin. Some claimed the video came from a small startup based in Lagos, Nigeria, calling themselves Lumina Dynamics. Others pointed to a research collaboration in Kenya between the University of Nairobi's Department of Mechanical Engineering and an international renewable energy foundation. The details were murky, and no official statement had yet been released by any organization. Despite this, the footage continued to spread, with online analysts noting unique visual details: a chassis marked with what appeared to be nano-solar layers, a rotating undercarriage mechanism resembling magnetic drive components, and a dashboard displaying an energy self-balance indicator. Viewers who analyzed the metadata of the video insisted the clips were genuine and not digitally altered, while skeptics argued that without third-party verification, the footage should be treated as unconfirmed.
Yet, the mystery only deepened public fascination.
If true, it meant that a team somewhere in Africa had developed a working model of a self-powered electric vehicle, a feat that could revolutionize global transportation, reshape the energy market, and shift the center of technological gravity from traditional Western powers to the global South. As the speculation intensified, governments and corporations began paying attention. Tech insiders suggested that major EV manufacturers quietly initiated contact with African research networks to learn more about the alleged breakthrough. International think tanks, especially those focused on clean energy policy, urged for transparency and open scientific review. Still, the creators behind the project remained silent, a silence that only fueled the intrigue. Meanwhile, social media buzzed with discussions about what such a technology would mean for the continent's economy. Africa, long seen as a consumer rather than a producer of advanced technologies, could suddenly become the birthplace of the most disruptive innovation in modern automotive history. Local engineers and entrepreneurs celebrated the story as symbolic, even if unverified, a testament to African ingenuity and resilience in the face of limited resources and infrastructural challenges. The footage, whether real or staged, had ignited something far more powerful than debate. It had reignited imagination. It made people ask questions again. What if clean, limitless mobility was no longer a dream but a near reality? By the end of the week, the phrase Africa's self-powered EV had become a digital phenomenon. Hashtags like hashtag EV Revolution Africa and hashtag Limitless Drive began trending globally. Influencers and tech analysts produced breakdown videos, dissecting the possibility of new forms of energy harvesting, piezoelectric surfaces, ambient radiation capture, and quantum battery experiments. Some cited ongoing projects in African research labs experimenting with triboelectric nanogenerators, devices that can generate small amounts of power from friction or vibration. If scaled properly, they could, in theory, enable a car to regenerate more energy than it consumed, especially in specific controlled environments. Could that be the secret? Or was it a clever illusion, a piece of experimental marketing for an upcoming prototype reveal? Whatever the truth, the world was watching. For the first time, Africa was being discussed not as a follower in the electric revolution, but as a leader potentially holding the key to the next great energy breakthrough.